Hello you guys, it's me, Danyell Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer. Welcome to your love reading. This reading is about what do I need to know to find my soulmate. How fitting is it to have a love reading during the month of February? So this is a pick a card reading. If you are new to having your reading done online, you pick a deck that resonates with you, and you click the timestamp down below and you go ahead straight to that reading. So let me tell you about each deck if you are still unsure on which deck to choose from. This first deck is the Gentle Hearts Tarot, and on top is the Crystal Fluorite. Fluorite is to stimulate thought and enhance mental clarity. Next we have Clear Quartz. It's associated with the crown chakra. It unlocks psychic abilities and energizes your immune system. And this deck is the Work Your Light Oracle. The third deck is the Modern Love Tarot. On this deck we have the Rose Quartz, and it's also referred to as the Love Stone because of strong vibrations of love, joy, acceptance, and healing emotions. Last deck is the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck with an amethyst on top. This stone can provide healing for spirituality and emotional body. So please pick your card now to discover what you need to do to find your soulmate. Pile 1, 2, 3, or 4. Welcome Pal 1. Welcome to your pick a card reading. How can you discover your soulmate? What you need to do to get your soulmate, to meet your soulmate. Like I said earlier, the deck you have pulled is Fluorite, and it enhances mental clarity, alleviates stress and confusion. Let's get started. Put it here, put it here, put it here. Okay, so let's talk about first what you need to do. First we have the Six of Crystals. This is someone who is celebrated, someone who is on the stage, and right now you are not being celebrated, you are not on the stage, you are not in the forefront. This makes me think that you're not coming out, you are staying in, and maybe you are not even going out to even find a soulmate, and you're thinking that you're supposed to, but you physically have to leave your home to do it. But right now you are not on a stage, you are not shining like the star you are. Next, then we have the Empress, and the Empress is all about self-care, feminine energy, and you need to practice that, you need to embody that. She also has a star, so here it is. This is the energy that you need to be. This is the energy, the energy that you should practice. Also, this is a major arcana, so self-care is the best care, especially if you are a female and you're trying to attract masculine energy. You want to have femininity to attract the opposite. But femininity, what does femininity look like? It looks like someone who practices self-care. They take care of their skin, they get facials, they take time to do their nails, they take time to just take care of themselves, their hair, their clothes, everything is put together. And this is a card basically yelling that you need to work on that. You need to do feminine self-care. Next we have the Ace of Crystals. And the Ace of Crystals is saying, again, this is someone that's going to give you the passion, to give you the creativity, to give you the drive to move forward, and it's in reverse. So you are not moving forward. You don't have the passion. You lack the passion. You're lacking the confidence, because this is also representing confidence as well. And you need to work on it. And I think if you work on self-care, you will have the confidence. Then we have, this is bugging me that it's not in alignment. Then we have the Page of Diamonds. And the Page of Diamonds is saying, this is young energy, and here this person's a female, and this person is serious about a trade. They're serious about a craft. They're learning something. They're about their money, and they're at the beginning of it. So you need to work on your career. You need to work on the things that drives you to become passionate and to be successful in life. And not saying that your soulmate is going to need you for money. However, you need to hold your end of the relationship. I'm not saying that your soulmate needs your money. What I'm saying is that you have to bring some type of excitement and drive and passion to the table. And someone who is working on learning a skill, someone who is working on learning something they're passionate about, someone who is working on saving money, earning money, it keeps them busy and it makes them happy. And look, she's even holding this and she's like, oh, I'm excited that I earned this, that I've created this. And these are the things that you need to work on to get your soulmate. Now, I want to also add on, what can you do to, when you meet your soulmate, what can you do to keep your soulmate? Of the Strength card, and the Strength card is to keep your soulmate, you need to have compassion. So work on compassion, and it's not just with the person that you love, your future soulmate, it's also with yourself. So try not to be too critical on yourself, try not to be too harsh on yourself. Work on compassion. Also have courageous. This also represents Leo. Leo energy is very confident. They're very courageous and brave. So for this to be under here, I'm thinking that this is saying to work on the confidence. Work on the confidence even when you have him or her. Even when you have your soulmate, you need to stay confident. You need to stay confident, because remember, you're supposed to be on a stage. So after you work on this, work on compassion, not being too critical on yourself, and also work on your confidence. Next, we have the Tower. And the Tower is telling me, Power One, that you guys, that if there is a sudden change, if there's something that you no longer can depend on, you need to let it flow. You need to just go with it. So if your soulmate decides, I want to shift, I want to change this, or I want to suddenly move, or I don't want to work anymore, you need to go with the flow. Just let it release. This person is also dressed, and you want to be vulnerable and let it go. Don't be guarded. That's what I meant by clothes. Usually if they are undressed in the tarot, it means that they are vulnerable and honest. And this person is dressed almost like they're falling, and they need to be vulnerable when trusting God, when trusting the universe. And this is what you need to do when you have your soulmate. You need to trust them, even if there is a sudden change or shift happening, not in a relationship, but maybe with that person or with you or in your environment. You need to go with the flow. Next, we have the Emperor in reverse. And Pile 1, work on not being controlling. Work on thinking first before reacting, because this is the Aries, and Aries in reverse is someone who is really not thinking, and they're just going without without thinking it through. So slow down, 1. 2, provide some structure and self-structure, okay? Try not to be too bossy, because this energy could represent being too bossy. And then when I see here the lack of confidence, this also makes me think too, you want to stay confident. So either, because it's connected to this, you want to stay confident. Also too, let me go back here. Because this is connected to this card, the Empress, if there's any change when it comes to loving yourself, go with the flow. For example, if you lose your hair, I'm just giving you an example. If you don't feel beautiful, always going back to loving yourself. Anytime the structure may change, go back to loving yourself. And here, if he is not confident, you need to be confident. If she is not confident, you need to be confident. If he or she, your soulmate, if your soulmate is bossy and controlling, work on the confidence. And I'm not saying overall bossy and controlling. I'm just saying with a certain situation. Because, humans are not perfect. We all have our faults. So sometimes we can be a little bit off balance. So always work on your confidence here. And it seems like confidence is a big thing here. Next, we have the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is telling me that you have to stop walking away. Okay, when things don't go your way, stop walking away. You seem like you always walk away, but now you're walking away too much. Whenever there's conflict, you probably walk away immediately. And again, this goes back to this energy where it's like constantly moving fast. And let's try not walking away. There's times where walking away is important, but you have your soulmate. So if there's an argument, if financial matters doesn't work out, if you guys lose money, this is not the time to walk away. This is the time to be with your soulmate. Stay in the long term. Let's see what else we have for this reading. Ooh, we have Union 44. We have the 7th chakra. And we have reflection. So 44 actually means some structure. And it's interesting because we discussed structure earlier, but that's what 4 represents: foundation and structure and stability. And then we have union. The affirmation is, I am whole. Union means to unite or be joined together. This suggests that there was a state of not being together before, that are parts or components that can be joined together to create oneness. Union has to be, there's a sense of wholeness, completion, harmony, balance, and inner peace that needs to be done. A pure spiritual and energetic being. We are all connected to be a part of everything. We are all one. So when it comes to your soulmate, you want to think of being one. You don't want to be selfish. You don't want to just think about yourself. You want to have compassion for your soulmate. Through relationships with others, we can support our desire to not feel alone while growing our inner sense of completion through the reflection of another. So when you are in a relationship, you can grow by the reflection, by what they are reflecting, the energy that they are reflecting. So if they're reflecting love, you can grow with love. If they're reflecting fear, learn from that and you can grow with fear. In a loving relationship, partners maintain their individuality and uniqueness while being together. Coming together is actually the third unit. You are one, your soulmate is the second, and then you are the third, right? When united in this manner, the relationship can be fulfilling and transformative. Each partner on their own individual journey and growing together, sharing a joint adventure and journey towards love. And this is more than just like physical energy. This is spiritual energy. This is your heart, your soulmate, okay? this is a spiritual unity as well. I hope that makes sense. And when it comes to being on stage, growing and working on your confidence and practicing compassion and inner strength, this union will activate and you will have the ability to be whole with your relationship with your soulmate. Next, we have the 7th chakra. Now, this chakra is a very spiritual chakra. It's a feeling of being connected to the higher power. The affirmation for this card is, I am divine. The element of the crown chakra is thought for consciousness. We can receive information from beyond by opening up our crown chakra. So this is all about connecting to a higher being. And when it comes to your soulmate, you have to be in touch with your spirituality. You have to be in touch with your inner self. And this crown chakra represents our connection to higher power, sometimes referred to as a source, the universe, and or God. Our understanding of who we are, what we're supposed to do in this lifetime, and what our relationship is to a larger whole derived from. This is about your relationship to God, okay? And it's in the center of the reading, so it's very important. For you to find your soulmate, you need to work on your relationship with God. Whether you call God the universe, whether you call God an energy, a source, this is what this is about. When we have a deeper understanding of our spirituality, we also have a much clearer understanding of people who show up in our lives. And we can recognize when we see a gift. We can recognize when someone is a gift, an angel, and or a lesson, right? And we understand that because we're working out of love, because we're working on our spirituality. And seven is about contemplation, okay? The number 7. Lastly, we have 33, which is reflection. So in this card, there's 4 symbols here, and they're saying that this card, the 4 symbols, represents humans with their arms over their heads, and it's connected through their cores to each other as a source. Like, this is everyone's source, and everyone has their hands over their head and they are connected through their core. The lights around our heads are the flashes of insights that emerge from their reflections. I hope you can see that, and I hope that makes sense. The blue refers to different gradations of clarity, because this is all about reflection, right? And a purple, again, because there's blue and purple, refers to the source, God, universe, right? And when you're in a relationship with someone, when you're trying to find your soulmate, we learn about ourselves anytime you are with someone. A friendship, a lover, okay, husband, sister, brother, that relationship is going to reflect upon us and teach us something about ourselves. The other can be a mirror in which we see ourselves reflected, and in return, we can be a mirror for them as well. This is probably the most powerful aspect of every relationship. The other reflects part of our consciousness back to us, and there needs to be an awareness of this. So when you have your soulmate, when you're with him or her, you need to understand that their downfalls are also a reflection of your downfalls. When they're lying, this is a reflection of your energy as well, right? And there needs to be an awareness of this opportunity to reflect upon oneself. There is no more need to feel guilt, blame, judgment, or self-victimizing. Our relationships are an opportunity to learn about ourselves and ultimately grow. That is the point of all of this. This is an amazing reading, and I also love this deck. It's very powerful, especially when it comes to relationships. And it even gives a food of thought for each card. So I'm going to tell you the food of thought for this card. Look at the similarities when you find your soulmate. Okay? Look at certain qualities and certain characteristics that attracted you to one another. And they say that we seek our partners for the qualities that our parents have, you know, and really look into that and see what is it that you have attracted, because don't think your soulmate walked in your life for no reason. Okay, you have attracted that energy. So be aware of it, because you need to reflect. And 3 is about movement. So this is about expansion, moving forward. Okay, so reflection moves you forward. Okay, and then 6, after you move forward, because 3 equals 6, 6 is about harmony, and it's also about relationships. So it's very amazing energy and reading here. Some more cards here to conclude this reading. We have, I hide behind material things. I wish I had treated you better. And I am grateful for the spiritual lesson. So, pile 1, make sure you do not hide by any material values, okay? Make sure you are not overspending when it comes to your union, when it comes to getting your soulmate, and you don't want to block any energy from getting your soulmate. So, try to work on consuming, because this is something that you need to work on, and try to work on not trying to spend that much, not balancing your income. And honestly, when someone is overspending, that says that they're really lacking in the emotional and spiritual department. So work on trying to hide by material values, okay? Slow down on the shopping, slow down on the hoarding, slow down on getting all the things you think you need materially, and work on the inner work, okay? Next we have, I wish I have treated you better. And I'm going to say this is about you, because it also says you need to work on compassion and you need to work on self-care. So treat yourself better. And this is also in line with the 7th chakra, and it's all about spirituality. Treat your relationship with God better. Be more attuned with your spirituality. Meditate, journal, pray. Okay, and then lastly we have, I am grateful for the spiritual lesson. And again, it is connected. And this is just saying exactly what I was saying earlier. Work on your spirituality and also reflect a lot on it, because this is going to help you with your soulmate. Okay? Let me see, should I pull one more card? No, I think this is it, you guys. Pile 1, this is your reading. I hope you got something out of it. Well, no, I know you got something out of it. It was a great reading. I love this reading for you, Pile 1. Click the link in the bio if you want a free reading. I do those once a month. Also, click the link in the bio because I do a newsletter that I give out every week, and it goes on about astrology, transits in the sky. I do other divination tools in that reading as well. But this is your reading, Pile 1, and I see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. You have chose the clear quartz crystal. It's associated with the crown chakra, and it influences the brain. It provides clarity. It increases focus and release loss of memory. It actually connects to all the chakra and can cleanse your energy and soul as well. So I love this crystal. And let's get on with the reading. Okay, so the first of all, these cards are so pretty. I'm slightly distracted by the beauty. Anyway, so the first oracle card that was pulled is Get Grounded and Connect with Nature. So this is what you need to do. I'm going to start with what you need to do to get your soulmate. What are the things you need to work on to get your soulmate? Then I'm going to discuss what you need to do when you have your soulmate. How can you keep your soulmate? So when this card is pulled, you are asked to be grounded, and you are likely an empath or highly sensitive person, and you need time alone to fill up your well, balance your energy, and get grounded. So to find your soulmate, you need to work on, first of all, protecting your energy, balancing it out, and staying grounded. There are two types of people, those who draw their energy from others and those who draw their energy from within. See which one you are, because your energy is very important. Reflect on which one you are and carve out time each day to ensure your well is being replenished. Being sensitive is a superpower, because they're saying with this card that you are a sensitive person. The energy around you affects you. You could be a person who draws energy from others. So when people are negative, it affects you. And you need to be aware of that. You need to be aware that you are highly sensitive. And when this happens, you need to work on grounding yourself because you're highly sensitive. Also, this could be an energy that when people are negative, it affects you within. So when this happens, you need to work on grounding yourself. It is easy to get swept up in the high frequency energies that are swirling around. Okay? And you want to not swirl with the energy. There are many ways to get you grounded. One of the most powerful ways is by connecting to Mother Earth, spending time in nature. Okay? Touching nature, walking barefoot, being in nature, and just basically not just sitting with nature, but being one with nature. Go outside and listen to the birds, spend time in a park, go to the beach. This helps you when you are highly sensitive to energies around you that are negative, that are affecting you, okay? So group 2, you want to work on being grounded to help you discover your soulmate. Next, we have starseed. Group 2, what lights you up? You have a double mission. You have to raise your consciousness and the consciousness of the planet. So it's all about being aware of having self-awareness and having awareness of others around you. And you are a very highly sensitive person. You can feel all the energies around you. Wow. Okay. Many starseeds arrive with a feeling that time is running out and there is something that they came here to do, to create and contribute. When you have this card in your reading, it confirms that you are a starseed and you are being called to answer. You are being encouraged to answer this call, to follow what lights you up. And to get your soulmate, you need to find your calling. Once awake, most starseed souls find it hard to have meaningless conversations, jobs, and relationships because you want more than the surface level. You're very deep, you're highly spiritual, you're very sensitive. You feel the energies around you, and you need to figure out what it is that lights you up, that helps yourself and others around you. You are not a person who is just selfish and wants to heal yourself or work with yourself. This makes me think like either you could be a doctor or some type of healer in some type of capacity. This is what I'm getting from this. And because you are a healer, you need to work on yourself and others. You need to find how you can be an healer, okay? Many starseeds spend parts of their lives trying to fit in or in some form of spiritual closet. If you are dimming your light to fit in, it is time that you stop and start embracing a unique light that comes to you and share it and treat your time on earth like a glorious vacation. This is not the time to dim your light. This is a time to light yourself up, okay? And to find your soulmate, work on what it is to heal yourself so you can heal others, because you seem like you're a healer. You're highly sensitive to energies around you. Okay, now we have trust your path, okay? Pal 3, Group 2. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? This is someone who, it reminds me in astrology, follow your North Node. Follow your calling. The universe is conspiring. Don't waver or doubt. Use your heart as a compass and put one foot in front of the other, because you need to follow your highest calling. This is okay, this is all connected, okay? Of course, it's all connected. Everything's connected, but here is someone who needs to ground themselves because they are sensitive to others and the energy of others. And then you have someone who needs to follow their light, see what their calling is, and trust your path while you are going to that calling. Are you doubting the way that you're going? Most people don't follow the highest call of their soul because they are waiting to see the end destination before they take the first step. If you take one baby step each day, within a year you have taken 365 steps and your dedication to the right direction. If you want to write a book, if you want to write a page every day, that helps you get better and complete the book. If you want to change careers, do one thing every day to make it dedicated to that. And if you want to find your soulmate, what is it that you need to do to work on that process? Some people, it's working on their spirituality. Some people, it's getting some counseling. Some people is finding the passion. Some people is working on self-care. And whatever it is, you need to do the steps every day and trust the process that it's working every day. Things are not always going to work out the way you are planning it, but if you have a little faith and keep showing up, they will work out even better than you can possibly imagine. You don't want to micromanage God. You don't want to micromanage your calling. You don't want to micromanage the universe, okay? You want to have faith and you want to trust your path, okay? It's very amazing, and I'm excited about this. First of all, your reading is already gorgeous. But it is, to me, it's being clear as day on what you need to do to find your soulmate, okay? Lastly, on what you need to do is Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. So, actually, let me pick it back up, sorry. So Anna represents the quiet dedication that is sometimes required to live life of service. Like I was saying earlier, it seems like you are supposed to be a service to others. And in order to find your soulmate, and maybe you'll find your soulmate through service with others, but you need to do service of others. She represents, Anna, the grandmother of Jesus, also represents the generations that came before that devoted their lives to dreaming a new world into being while knowing that they would not see the glorious end result. So this card also represents someone who was going on their path and not seeing the end result. They had faith. She represents a dutiful soldier, the unconditional mother, and the mystic who can see the thread that is woven through all life. This card, Anna, teaches us that we all play a part in the divine path. It doesn't have to be on the world stage to be significant. One person's part is not worthier than the other. So you don't have to be this grand person to play a big part in your life towards your path. And this is, I know you're like, wait a minute, this is not a career reading, but it's clear that God wants you to know that you need to be of service to others to move forward, and you don't need to have a big stage to do it, but you need it to be done. This card is gathering us all to remember to surrender to our part of the plan. Work on your part of the plan. This will help you find your soulmate. Trust. Work on what you're supposed to do. Work on the service you're supposed to give. Okay, let's see what else we have. And this is what you need to do to get your soulmate. Let's see what you need to do. Let's see what you need to do to keep your soulmate, okay? Okay. So to keep your soulmate, you need to go first. The universe will catch up. Okay, so to keep your soulmate, always have faith. Always keep going. When you met your soulmate and you're like, this is amazing, do not fall back. Do not have the fear, because when the fear takes over, you're going to lose them. Okay, so this is someone who is working out of love, someone who thinks in abundance. Next, you need to break the chain. Okay, break the chain of your history. Break the chain of your past. So, for example, if your mother had an abusive relationship, that does not mean you need to be in an abusive relationship. Okay? And this is really about you keeping your soulmate. So if your mother was abusive, you don't need to be abusive. Okay? You need to rewrite your future and work on healing. And also, because I think that you are in the service of healing up here will help you continue to heal down here. So break that chain in whatever that negative string, that negative pull in it now, okay? And do not bring it into your relationship, because you want to keep your relationship. Oh, and let me show you, I'm sorry. This is the card here. And this is the card here. Okay, you guys, I had to step away real quick, but I am back. Very aesthetically. I'm still taken back, even though I left and now I came back. I am still taken back by how beautiful this reading is. It is very aesthetically pretty, and I wonder if it's a symbolism of the relationship you're going to have, you and your soulmate, or you yourself. And I see that these are lighter colors and these are darker, and it's closer to purple. So to me it means that purple is the 7th chakra, and it's more a spiritual energy, and your soulmate is going to be closer to spirituality. You as well, it seems like a transition to a darker color. So yes, I just want you to know that I noticed that. And I know we were talking about, just to recap, you knowing your personal journey in order to discover your soulmate. So you have to know your true path. You need to go towards God's plan. You need to figure out what lights you up, and you are highly sensitive, and you need to stay grounded with your sensitivities and the fact that you are able to other people's energy affect you. And I also want to say going back to this, so if it's probably best for you to not hang around negative people, because they could be affecting you as well, and that's something you need to work on in order to get your soulmate and to make yourself better as a whole. So work on that. So don't hang around negative energy, because it heavily affects you, and go towards your path of what you need to do to achieve your goal of life, and then your soulmate will come. So now we have, you go first, the universe will catch up. This is about having faith. So again, this card is about taking a leap forward, and this could be when you have your soulmate. Be able to understand still God is on your side. It's so scary to let go of all that we know and hope for something new. And it is normal to feel anxious at the thought of letting go of what we know for sure. But this is an unavoidable process of rising. Okay? And right now, this is how you are called to live. So when you are with your soulmate, to keep your soulmate, make sure you stay focused on having faith and trusting God and trusting the universe. Again, I know we've discussed these things, but this is about your history and breaking the chain. This is about healing your emotional trauma that you carry. And it's hard to break patterns, especially patterns that you get from your past, that you carry from your family. And sometimes these patterns are not even ours. Sometimes these issues, burdens, traumas, sometimes they're not even ours and we are carrying a weight, but we don't know there's another way of being and loving. The way that we deal with drama, right? To keep your soulmate, the way that you handle anger, the way that you deal with drama, the way that you deal with insecurities, that has to change, okay? You cannot heal another person, but your own healing can cause another person to choose to heal, okay? So when you are with your soulmate, right? When you find your light and you are working on your healing, that also is a reflection of your soulmate, and your soulmate will start to heal, okay? You're being guided to look at your life and decide how you want it to be. Even when you're with your soulmate, you guys together, look and see how do you want to be, right? And you want to be in a positive light. You want to work out of love, okay? So now we have birthing new creations and birthing a new age. And this card to me has a lot of purple, which is very spiritual. Often your path is exactly the one that you don't feel you're prepared to walk. Walk it anyway. Often what is rising feels far bigger than we could possibly hold. Be a container for it anyway. Be courageous and do it anyway, because you are birthing a new age. There's a transition period, which transformation is the next card, in between your stages right now. And so this is dreaming a new world into being. So when you get your soulmate and you have him, this is about not having fear of any kind of transition. And it seems like you will be going through a transition with your soulmate, which is great. That means you guys are growing together. And you don't want to be scared of your transition. You don't want to be scared of moving forward. Like driving in the fog and trusting the road will appear ahead. We need to release old identities and ways that no longer serve us. Use your intuition as a compass, hence the purple, and your spirituality and that 7th chakra, that crown chakra, right? So work with your crown chakra when you have your soulmate and when you're with him or her, to keep them. Work on that and work on that transition. Dream the world that you're supposed to be, because you're a part of visionaries, and clearly you and your soulmate are going to be very spiritual, okay? Last card we have here is transformation. And this is, of course, a gorgeous card. This is about deep healing. So when you're with your soulmate, doesn't mean that you have to stop healing. All of this, your whole reading as a whole is healing and spirituality and transformation and breaking the change. The whole thing is really about transformation. You have some very good details here, but I feel like the gist of it is about spiritual growth and transformation. Old childhood patterns are rising up, and you need to constantly heal yourself from that when keeping your soulmate. As you allow yourself to observe them, your childhood traumas, and feel them without attachment, they loosen their grip and they fall away. Okay, so first you need to be aware of your childhood traumas. You need to be aware of your negativity, and things would change, because this is about transformation, and you and your soulmate together will have a transformation, or you will have a transformation. And again, what I said here is that that transformation will start to show in your partner, because you will start reflecting your change, okay? This is amazing. Transformation is amazing. It is transformative. I mean, it reminds me of Pluto energy, and I love that. So let's do some tarot with this reading. So we have the Lovers, we have the Two of Cups. This is all very love, and you will get your soulmate. This is, you're going to find someone that you're aligned with. And I mean, it's just, I'm kind of speechless because, you know I'm saying I'm taken back by the aesthetics of it, but it is so in line that it is important for you to be with someone that you are spiritually aligned with, someone that brings you balance, someone that brings you harmony. And you have it here. Not only do you have it in a major arcana, but you also have it in a minor arcana of two people coming together. And there's wisdom, there's positivity, there's success. Clearly there's love. And yes, and God's coming out of the clouds, giving this to you. There's emotions, but the emotions are very balanced. I see faithfulness as well. And just make sure you balance each other out. There's always clashing opinions, but make sure you work on compromising. And always consider each side of the story when you are dealing with another person, any relationship, but especially your soulmate. And remember to listen and accommodate. The number one thing of relationships is to compromise. Okay, so make sure you are working on compromising. And sorry, I should have put this card up, but make sure you're working on compromising and being accommodating and respecting each other, listening, and being in alignment. Finding a soulmate that has the same values as you. And with the Two of Cups, I find that there is going to be a new emotional level. You guys are going to be friends. You're also going to be in love. I mean, of course, this is not toxic energy at all. So because it's your soulmate, of course, all that will be happening. But the water is not overspilling, so the emotions can be contained and handled and be expressed in a healthy way. And also, too, this card can indicate fertility in an extraordinary way, or maybe even like a child being born in some way. But so there's that. Here again, we have the balance, and then we have the wings for God's energy, and a messenger from God. They're very cohesive. And then the Two Cups balancing each other. It's all about balance here. I see here you have the Two of Diamonds here. Everything is cohesive. Everything's about balance here. Now, whenever I see the Temperance, it's all about healing. It's all about balancing, not doing too much. Keep it in the middle. When it comes to your relationship, make sure you always keep a balance and keep harmony. Don't overconsume anything. Don't overdo anything. Basically, is what this energy is. If this was someone by yourself, I know. I was about to say, if someone by yourself, don't be too materialistic. But in this relationship, do not be too codependent on your lover, and vice versa. Don't have your lover be too codependent on you. You want to find the right balance. And the Temperance also has the angel wings, which also represents a messenger from God. So this is all God given. And yes, it's very positive. God has your back. Clearly, God wants to know He has your back when it comes to your soulmate and your relationships. But I see harmony and alignment and balance coming 3 times for you, okay? 2 major arcanas and 1 minor arcana. So 2 big obvious things that you need balance, and that you will have balance, and there needs to be alignment. And to have balance be the root of your relationship with your soulmate, with you guys together. So not only things that you have to work on, but when you get in a relationship, what you have to work on, but bringing it together, okay? The past and your current work, and actually, yes, the work that you're working on. And when you have your soulmate, make sure you balance and stay harmony as the focus, okay? Right alignment, work on the emotions constantly, because it's an everyday journey for everyone, okay? Because we are all human, right? Okay, so let's talk about this Hermit card. Now, the Hermit represents Virgo. It also represents reflection, wisdom, guidance, solitude, contemplation, inner peace, and like self-teaching, studying. So all that is with the Hermit, and it makes me think that in this relationship, work on inner self. Also work on not being too dependent on your lover or your soulmate, but make sure you know how to spend time alone. Make sure you know how to, because you're going to need to reflect constantly, right? And okay, so I'm just going to tell you, being married for 17 years now, I do know that it's not all about your lover, right? You have to learn how to be alone and be happy alone. When you get your soulmate, don't think that you'll never be alone. You will. And it is normal and it is healthy. But this card is saying, balance it out, have moderation, be aligned with your values. Also, be okay with being alone, both of you guys, because it's an amazing power, okay? It encourages peace, relaxation, meditation. It's just quality time by yourself is very important. So next we have the Two of Diamonds. And I think this is just a connection of all of this. So all of it is dealing with twos. All of it is dealing with being with not just a singular. This is the only one that's singular here. And make sure that you can juggle each other. Make sure you make each other the priority. Make yourself the priority and each other, your relationship, a priority. This is someone who can do it. Someone who knows how to be alone, and someone who can also be in a relationship. That's what this Two of Diamonds is. There's very little cloudy interaction here. So this person is very aware on how to multitask. Okay, let's do some more cards here. Ooh, originality. Authenticity. Again, the seventh chakra. So we have the originality card, and this is also, it's about being original and being unique, creative, having and being an individual, having creativity, freshness, individuality is what we have with this. There's innovative, there's growth. It is valuable to recognize qualities in others that we would like to embody ourselves. We don't need to become exactly like them, okay? Because you have so much here with the Lovers and the Two of Cups, and here you need to be an individual, right? The real value lies in the fact that we each can be original. So you can be original, you can be unique, and with those unique qualities, you can be honest, transparent, have integrity, and compassion. Those qualities combine your own unique skills and personality traits and balances a great human being, okay? So this is what you want to bring with your soulmate in your relationship. Let's see what we have here. So again, let me just make sure you bring yourself to the table, okay? Make sure you're not too codependent on your lover. You want to bring your unique skills in this relationship. Okay, so authentic. This is about being authentic, and it's about being honest and saying and acting in accordance to your beliefs and being trustworthy. Okay? It's a character trait that is highly valued, and being transparent and having integrity brings a lot to the table when you are in a relationship, especially in a relationship with your soulmate. And also too, I want to say that your originality will bring stability because it equals 4, and then this is a new beginning. So being honest and being transparent will bring a new journey into this relationship. It will also break the chain. Okay, it will make a transformation. It's going to start something positive. Also too, this card also has gold in it, and it's gold represents being authentic, and a pink represents love for yourself and love for others. It's very feminine energy, and it's very soft, it's tender, it's care. Pink also represents power and high energy as well, and you have a lot of pink and purple in your reading. I know I created the cards, but this is, to me, is a lot. Because these cards are different colors, but I just find that this to be, I see it, it's calling me. So you want to feel safe enough with each other to express how honest and authentic you can be. Okay, so in any relationship there needs to be trust, and it needs to be continued through the whole relationship. Continue to love even when you don't agree with each other. You want to always have transparency. So when you're being authentic, your soulmate will be authentic, and that's what you want. You want true transparency on both sides. All this seems to be easier in a friendship, but when it becomes a romantic relationship, that could be hard. But when people with their friends, they tend to tell, so like you may tell your friend something more than you tell your boyfriend or your husband, and it's harder, but you want to work on that, because as soon as you open that door for clear transparency, then it releases insecurities and fears. Okay, because you're being honest, you're communicating, and you're being transparent. Okay, so yes, so now I have intimacy, and this is allowing trust to be close together. And intimacy, you can be close with at a certain place, a topic, with yourselves. It's not just intimacy in what you think intimacy is. Intimacy is even like being authentic. That's being intimate. Okay, it's not just romantic. And the word intimacy, if you say it, it's really saying in to me see. I'll put that up. In to me see. Intimacy is what happens when we open our heart to another and allow them to see into us as we are seeing into them. Okay, real intimacy is more than just the merging of physical bodies. It's the merging of your emotional, mental, and spiritual parts as well. And the green is in the center, and it refers to the heart. And the this outer circle here in this card represents the containment of being safe and sacred. And that is intimacy. And then the card is 26, and 26 means 8. And 8 refers to movement, prosperity, and resourcefulness. So when there's intimacy, there's movement, of course, right? And there's prosperity in the relationship. And again, this is more than being intimate with physical. So you take up someone else's energy when you are practicing intimacy. It requires you to be soft, receptive, so that the energies can blend and intertwine. Okay, so you're opening the door to trust when there's intimacy. Intimacy just requires trust, okay? To get close to anything or anybody, we must trust that we will be safe to do so, hence the physical, what I was describing of the card. So you gotta feel trust physically and emotionally, okay? And this is just an amazing reading. I would love to have this if I wanted to know about my love life, but you know, it's just, I love this deck actually. And this deck is called the Sacred Geometry of Relationships Oracle. I also have the decks in the description box written as well of all the decks that I'm using. Okay, so that is intimacy, and just know you need to work on trust. So bring yourself to the table, be authentic, and practice transparency and trust. And you know, be intimate, not just physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Then we have the 7th chakra. I'm not shocked that this card is in your reading because I saw a lot of purple in your reading. And this crown chakra, the crown chakra represents your connection to a higher power, which is the source, the universe, or God. It's the understanding of who you are, what you are here to do in this lifetime, and what your relationship is to the larger whole as a connection. And your soulmate is a spiritual one, okay? When you have a deeper understanding to God and to your spiritual self, you will have a clear understanding of people who show up in your lives. And you would know who's a gift and who is a lesson. When you are connected to your 7th chakra, your crown chakra, that is a lesson that you get from that. And that's why spirituality is so wonderful and really important in your reading. Okay, so let's see what else we have. We will be together again. It makes me think this is interesting. So it makes me think that either you fell out of alignment with God, or maybe this is a past relationship. You fell out of alignment spiritually. I hope that you can forgive me one day. I don't know if this is you or if this is a past relationship with your soulmate. I am afraid to contact you. This is all working out of fear, right? And once you connect with spirituality, this will all make sense. You will be able to work on forgiveness. You will be together, whether it's you and God, you and your soulmate. And so I am leaving this part up to you, okay? Because you're not here to communicate with, and if I was able to ask you questions, I would be able to get to this, but I'm going to tell you what the two things that I think this is. This is either your relationship with God, because you have to find your inner light in order to get your soulmate, and he's putting this plain as day. And I don't know if you experienced some pain in your past and you let go of your relationship with God, but this is what I'm getting, and God is not afraid to contact you. Maybe you have fear to contact him, and never have fear. God is forever forgiving, and there's constant abundance, okay? So this is what I'm thinking. And or if your relationship with God is great, then this is going to be someone from your past, and you need to work on forgiveness and letting go, working out of love, and work on that. And I'm not saying that you're going to be with your ex, but if you break the chain from your past relationships, then this can help you move forward, okay? So I hope this makes sense, and I hope you enjoyed your reading. I think it was an amazing reading, you guys. And this is group 2. You guys click the link in the bio I do a free reading once a month. You can join our raffle, and it is very intense, and you can ask any questions. They could be very detailed. Also, you can do a tarot reading and an astrology reading. It's up to you. And of course, you can do a one-on-one reading. I have my services listed down below, the prices of my services. And join my newsletter. I do a newsletter once a week, and I give you different divination tools on how we can deal with the collective. So see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, Group 3. Welcome to your reading. Let's get started. First, we have the Rose Quartz. And the Rose Quartz is a love stone. That's what people call it. And it has vibrations of love, joy, acceptance, and emotional healing. And people bring it to heal their relationships and bring unity. So it also works with the heart chakra as well. So yes. Oh, and this is a rose quartz candle holder as well. So we have love and emotional healing all through this reading. So let's get started. This is interesting. I see. Okay, we're gonna go. Okay, so let me first explain. This row here is for what you need to work on to get your soulmate. Next, we'll discuss what you need to do to keep your soulmate, and that will be all in this reading. And then when you have your soulmate, you know that, and you will get into more details of further information. So, what you need to do to get your soulmate. There seems like there is a lot of deception, cheating, infidelity, lies, sneakiness. That's what I see when I see this card. There's spying, there's theft, there's uncertainty. It's almost like you don't trust. There's no trust here. You don't take anything by face value. You don't believe people without seeing proof. You always think something dodgy is going on. You always think there's something shady happening. And it doesn't even matter if they're being honest. You are like, I don't believe it. This needs to change. This needs to change. In order for you to get your soulmate, this way of thinking, this way of communicating has to end. I'm not sure if you've been cheated on. I'm not sure if it's your upbringing. I'm not sure if it's something from your past. Well, I'm sure it's something from your past. However, that has to end. If you want to get your soulmate, you have to stop thinking negative. You have to stop thinking that you don't believe anyone. Stop lacking trust. You need to work on love, okay? Also, this could be someone who's afraid of conflict, someone who's afraid to communicate, someone who's afraid to confront someone of cheating. Maybe even not confront someone of cheating, but confront the fact that that they have been lied to or not paying attention to the lie. So it's either or. So it's someone who is very shady. Someone who is very shady. So 3 things. Someone who is very shady, someone who thinks everyone is shady, and lastly, someone who doesn't confront people when they are shady. So avoidance of all cost. And that's what I'm getting. And this is what you need to work on. Pile 3. Next, we have the King of Pentacles. Now, this is something you need to work on, something you need to do. You need to be more practical. You need to be more firm. You need to have some more management. So this also, so this makes me think that you don't trust anyone. And this is someone who moves slow. They're able to manage their time. You need to work on managing your time, managing your money, managing your life. Pay attention to the things that are important to you. Pay attention to the people who are important to you. Pay attention to your priorities. Also, someone who practices boundaries. That's what this is. And you're firm about your boundaries. And hence this card again. So this is what you need to work on here. This is a lot. I'm going to be honest. And I'm not trying to be negative. I don't mean that. I just mean that these are big things and you need to work on these to get your soulmate. If you have clicked on this reading and you've clicked on this, these are things that you need to work on to move forward. And when I say it's a lot, I don't mean that it's impossible. No, I mean it's a lot, meaning when I say it's a lot, I mean it's something that you can't ignore. Don't think you're going to get your soulmate and you don't trust anyone and you're not setting boundaries and you're not taking care of yourself and taking care of your priorities and you don't have time management. That's not going to work. And I know you're thinking like, why do I need time management to get my soulmate? Well, are you frazzled? Are you confused a lot? Are you running all over? When things break down, you don't have time to fix it. Those things causes stress. And when you have stress, you're unhappy with your life. That's why you need time management. Okay, so let's get on to the Nine of Swords. Okay. So the Nine of Swords is about stress, anxiety, and nightmares. It's very fear-based. And it's not the best card. Okay, and this is in the center of your reading. So I think you operate off of fear and not out of love. You see the card, if you can see on this paper, she has love burning, the word love burning. So this is not someone who is operating out of love. This is someone who's operating only on fear. Your thoughts are chaotic. You might be struggling with sleep because the original, this card also represents like nightmares and losing sleep over it. Your mental health is not doing the best right now. And if it keeps going this way, you're going to need assistance, professional assistance. Okay. So right now you're like, whatever. No, it's serious. And I'm sorry if you think, why did I click this reading? It's so negative. It's just being upfront and it's being honest and it's things that you need to address. There are times when you don't have the right tools to make things better, but you don't deserve to suffer. Okay, so you need to get the right tools to improve your mental health in order to get your soulmate, right? Because if that's your goal, then sure. But this is also for the betterment of yourself. So this card represents completion, wholeness, and obtainment. And this card is about being completed, being whole. This looks like someone who's completely happy and spending time with loved ones and celebrating with loved ones, not being alone. Step outside of the world. Step outside to the world. Don't be such an introvert. Don't be so in your head. Go outside and experience the world, okay? Also, don't get wrapped up in relationships. Learn to be your individual self. And your light hasn't gone out. There's plenty of light to give, right? And you think you're in the dark, but you really have light. You really have love. Start reclaiming some time and space for yourself so you can have wholeness, so you can be completed. And take one day at a time. But work on being whole, work on stepping outside and being with nature and discovering the world. The world is beyond the internet, okay? And there are physical beings out there that can make you happy. And you want to work on that energy, okay? So this card makes me think that you lost someone or you broke up with someone, because this card represents grief, loss, or regret. And you're feeling down. It's clear that you're feeling down right now. And I'm just saying, don't ignore your feelings. Don't ignore your emotions. Doesn't seem like you don't think that you're very emotional. But everyone has emotions, okay? So this card is saying that you need to give yourself time to grieve, time to heal, time to work on what you considered you lost, either the breakup or actual person, an actual loved one. This card is saying that you need to give your time to heal, to improve your health, so you can have your soulmate, okay? So whatever that is, whatever you've lost, have time to heal. And maybe you had regrets about your past relationships, and it's time to be emotionally mature and move on, okay? Forgive yourself, work on compassion, and move on. Change. You have the right to change your life, and you are the author of your life. So let's co-create a better outcome, and let's shift that mindset, and let's work on the grief, regret, and the loss, okay? And let's move on. So these are the things that you need to work on, group 2. Let's see, okay, what you need to do to keep your soulmate. First we have the the Queen of Swords. So you need to communicate, you need to be logical when it comes to the not trusting. You need to work on your logic and your mental when it comes to that energy, because the Queen of Swords believes in truth, honesty, fairness, and they're cutting a cord on that negativity. Okay, this is the Queen. So you want to act like the Queen and work on love, work on fairness, work on honesty. If you were the cheater or the liar, work on that, and work on trust, okay? And to keep your soulmate, there needs to be a transition to calm waters. And I see through your reading, I see a lot of knives. I know that this is a pentacle card, but there's knives here, knives here, knives here, knives here, knives here. And this is all logic. This is all communication. This is all mental. So it makes me think that a lot of things are in your head, and you need to work on the way you think of things. So you want to, when you keep your soulmate, you want to progress. You want to always be moving forward, and this person's not looking back. You want to have a positive transition and have a journey, a positive journey, always growing, always moving forward. Positive change, always positive change. Next we have the Emperor, and he is the king here in the middle of your reading. And the Emperor represents structure, father-like energy. This is someone who is a leader. So it's very success. This is a successful card. So this is someone who is empowered, and they give them all. Someone who has fire, someone who goes off of their instincts, because that's Aries energy as well. This person has a clear vision of what they want in their relationship, and they go out and get it. So when it comes to keeping your soulmate, you want to have structure in that relationship, and you want to be bold in this relationship. And that means be bold in your communication, be bold in your love for your soulmate, and embody that passion and that fire. Okay, and it's out of love. Red is love, which is not here, what's going on here. Next we have Three of Pentacles, and Three of Pentacles is collaborating. So you want to collaborate with your soulmate, you want to learn, you want to grow, you want feedback, you want to hear what your soulmate has to say. Anytime there's something you need to work on a relationship, you want to hear what your soulmate has to give you and be compassionate to what your soulmate says you need to work on, and vice versa, right? So it's not just you saying, you know what you need to work on. No. To keep your soulmate, you need to listen to what your soulmate is telling you you need to work on so you can develop your knowledge and practice growth. Practice your light. I like that. That's very positive. Next we have the Wheel of Fortune. And this is 10, which is the beginning of a journey, the end of one and starting a new one. And it's all about ups and downs. And to keep your soulmate, you have to know that life is about ups and downs. And also I see the time here. So practice patience when it comes to your soulmate. Practice patience with wisdom. Because this card represents change and cycles and fate. And you want to be open to all the changes that, if there's physical changes in structure, and be open to them, be okay with them when you're in a relationship with your loved one. Because some days you feel like you're up and some days you feel down, and you need to know that that's how relationships are not perfect. So you need to be aware of that, and you need to be ready for the ups and downs and the cycles of love. Stay committed is what I'm saying here. Let's pull some oracle cards too. So we have self-sabotage, and you're holding yourself apart from your blessings. What past pain are you trying to stuff down, numb, ignore, or avoid? This is self-sabotaging. This is someone who's doing self-sabotage, and you need to work on it. I think it connects to that. And 24 represents harmony in relationships, and to have harmony with relationships, you need to look and see what are you holding on to, okay? Because you're your own saboteur. You're sabotaging yourself, and you're distracted by distractions, addictions, cravings, unhealthy habits, and it's taking over. And you want to have a soulmate. So you need to work on that. You need to liberate yourself from that. And then you have liberation, which is 37. And again, 10 represents the end of a journey, starting a new one. And here you want to break free. You want your freedom. This is all about having your dreams and liberating yourself, and focus on your dreams. You deserve to feel free. What do you imagine for yourself? Daring to manifest your dreams is a part of personal liberation. And this is about thinking positive and changing that negativity, because you look at this. She's gorgeous, by the way. And if you change the negativity and don't focus on negative energy, then there's positive energy. There's also someone here who's creeping, and he sees that, oh my gosh, look at her. She's so free. She's so happy. And this could be a male. You could be a male that's happy, but you want to work on that. And it just seems like it keeps climbing. So it's like from negative to positive, because here we have change, right? 41 equals 5, which is change. And then we have celestial alignment. Your natural path is to be in alignment with your own divinity. No one can take from you what they didn't give you. So, how do you want to feel? You think often about what you want, but goddess energy speaks to us in feelings. this card is being in sync with energetic feelings. So this card is about really paying attention to your emotions and being aligned with God. That is something that needs to change. It may be something that you're conflicting with, but you see God is all in abundance and there's happiness, and these two women are in the same alignment, okay? You're always guided in the right direction. Change this mind shift and think positive so you can have good juju. And then this is 7. This is about choices, reflections, choices, secrets, and contemplation. So with this card, you're going to have great luck. And after doing all this work, there is going to be divine abundance. There's going to be major positive good juju, and it's going to increase for you, okay? And the universe is just going to have your back 100% once all this is changed. And to keep your soulmate, you must do all this, and this will all come together for you, okay? And the goddess declaration for that card is, all I do is win. Say that to yourself every day. All I do is win. So there was another card that fell out, and I cannot show you. I'm actually going to show the back, but it is called Sacred Lust. And it wants you to be aware of your sexual body and being aware of what makes you feel good, because you deserve to feel good. It feels good to feel good and to allow yourself to feel good. Lean into your sacred lust. Now imagine me saying what this card means, what it looks like, okay? It's just inappropriate for online. However, me explaining the card is not inappropriate. So I'm going to leave this card here, and it is 26, which represents 8, and it's about movement forward and progress, okay? And when you start to feel good, it's going to turn up the passion, the fire, the pleasure, your sensuality, and it's going to make you love yourself even more, to bring that hopefully Aries man who provides structure to your life. But that is what this card actually fell out, and I don't want to not give it to you. I want you to get it, and I apologize for using this deck because of that, but this is a great deck and I wanted to use it. So, and by the way, this deck is the African Goddess Rising Oracle, and I list all the decks down below, so if you wanted to know which decks I'm using, that is listed. Okay, so let's pull some more cards here. There is a I regret lying to you. Look at that. I wish things could be different. I want to be more than friends. So, whoever lied to you, if they're not able to tell you that they lied to you, release that. Forgive them, because you can work on the forgiveness without even talking to anyone. Now, if this is you, then you need to practice compassion for yourself, and you need to release that you are the one lying, okay? And it's on top of the self-sabotage, and you want to free yourself. So release that and work on forgiveness. I wish things could be different, and you don't have to wish, because you are the author of your life, okay? So here you are on top here with the fear and anxiety, and then here, once you keep him, there is structure and authority and passion. And also under this card is passion. And then there's liberation, and there's celestial alignment. You can change your energy. You can change. Once you change your energy, that changes your life. I want to be more than friends. Clearly there is love here. Clearly there is room for more than friends because you're on this reading. So I feel like this is more than obvious. Okay, so I'm not sure if you know someone already who is your friend. That could be your soulmate. Maybe this is it. And also too, this could be also yourself, because this is touching the celestial alignment, and this could be the energy of being closer to yourself to move forward, to heal. So this is your reading, group 3. I hope you enjoyed it. Click the link in a bio, because in this link I do a free reading. It's a detailed reading. Once a month you can join that raffle. I also have a newsletter that goes out every week, sometimes more than every week, sometimes twice a week, depending on the astrology in the sky. I educate you on that for the collective, and also I do some other divination tools on there as well. Anyway, so I see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, group 4. Welcome to your reading on how to get your soulmate, what you need to do to get your soulmate. We're going to go over not only how to get your soulmate, but how to keep your soulmate, and go into details of that. So the crystal you have chosen, like I said earlier, is the amethyst. It's for spiritual and healing the emotional body. It removes negative energy and helps with overall health. It also helps with sleeping as well. And it is said to bring harmony and unity in your home. So let's get started with the reading. I want to say in the first row, we're going to do what you need to do to get your soulmate, what you need to work on. So what you first need to do is, okay, so group 4, you need to persevere. You need to stop giving up. You need to stop moving on. You need to, it seems like you give up and you move on too fast, okay? And not only do you give up and move on too fast, you are almost like passionate with it, because this is wands and it's all about passion. And I find that fire energy is not scared of conflict. So it seems like you are a person who, because this energy is about persevering and staying strong, and you need to work on that. You need to have this energy of persevering and staying strong within a relationship, not constantly leaving and walking away. Because you see this person is walking away, and usually they're walking towards something better, but no, because this is what you need to work on, okay? So stop looking for something new. Stop thinking the grass is greener on that side, because that's not the case. Also too, this is the main part. In the middle, I find out whatever is in the center of the reading is very important, and there is backstabbing. This could be the energy of someone who is constantly saying negative things. You need to work on either your negative thoughts or your communication. Are you someone who constantly is gossiping? That affects who you are going to attract, because your energy is a reflection of yourself. Are you someone who talks negative about people, that thinks negative about people? That has to stop. That has to change in order to get your soulmate. And yeah, the negative thought and the negative communication, because this is a 10, it needs to stop, start a new journey, okay? And this seems like a highlighted issue. We'll get more into detail with more cards, but that's what I'm seeing. So I'm seeing someone who is the conflict, they're like, you know what, screw you, prideful, and a lot of pride is kind of what I see in someone who doesn't realize the negative thinking that they cause on themselves with this negative pride. I'm almost like picturing the person. I can picture the person having conflict, and you know what, I don't need you, and just leave. And or someone who is just like, you know, there's one small problem in this relationship, so let me move on, because that person may be better over there. You're not going to find your soulmate with that energy. And then the constant negativity, it makes me think that you are blaming a person and never blaming yourself, because there's two people in a relationship. Always two people in a relationship. So work on that. Now we have So we have the Page of Pentacles. This is someone who is young and starting to work on their money, starting to work on learning, and you need to start working on being resourceful. Work on your resources, and your resources are not just getting money, but because this is a young person, and you may not be a young person, you may be a young person, I'm not sure, and or you could be someone who is almost immature in this arena, and you need to work on being resourceful and working on your resourcefulness. So what does that look like? If you are passionate about art, work on enhancing your art or your artist skills. Okay, if you are someone who's interested in buying a home, go more into that, because when you work on your passions, when you work on your gifts and your talents, then it starts to come out as a positive light. It comes out as someone who is happy. And this is the Page of Wands, so this is someone who is young, and you could be young, and or it's the energy of someone who needs to start, and it comes off as like they spend a lot of money, they don't save a lot of money, they don't make enough money. All of that needs to be worked on. Okay, then you have the Five of Cups. This is someone who is grieving, there's regret, and there's loss, and this is at the end of your reading, and we just had this at the last reading, and it was at the same exact spot. So it makes me think that you have regrets, and you need to work on the regrets. You need to work on anything that you regretted in the past. Let it go. Practice compassion on yourself. There is a lot to look forward to. You just have to turn around and look at it. You're being emotional, and you're just focused on the emotions and not focus on abundance of life and what the universe has to offer. Let's see what you need to do to keep your soulmate. Group 4. Ew. Okay. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. So the cards are yelling at you now, okay? Because these are all major arcanas except for this one, and the cards want you to really know. Not a small deal, a big deal, okay? So these are big secrets, big themes in your life that need to be worked on. So the first thing is to keep your soulmate. So it seems like you have the ability to get your person, but you don't keep them. All right, and let's see what you need to do to keep your soulmate, which is more important. Okay, so you have the Empress, and the Empress is all about femininity. They practice compassion, they practice receiving, they're compassion with themselves. They're very compassionate with themselves, they're very loving to themselves. There's practice of self-care, and it's soft and gentle energy. And to keep your soulmate, there's also someone who needs to be a mother-like figure, and someone who needs to practice beauty with aesthetics. So not just keeping themselves beautiful, but keeping their environment beautiful. So clean your house, clean your car, okay? Wash your car, get your nails done, get your hair done. You can do these things yourself, okay? Moisturize. All that comes with this energy. And when there is a sense of forget it, I don't need to persevere, I don't need to keep going, there is an energy of lack of feminine energy. So lack of receiving and taking care of yourself, and just being nurturing to yourself. Okay, so to keep a man, basically you got to keep looking good. You got to keep the beauty around this soulmate beautiful. Okay, and that's also could mean going to the museum. This also means going to places that are very beautiful. Oh, like the Grand Canyon is gorgeous, a Great Lake. You know, keep your soulmate into the beauty of life. Okay, also we have the High Priestess, and to keep a man, first of all, you need to have wisdom. So keep learning, keep reading, and spirituality. This is someone who is highly in tune and connected with God, and you want to be connected with God. You want to practice spirituality, and I just think it's just that simple. Practice self-help, keep reading, if you read the Bible, if you read spiritual books, if you meditate, all that is embodied in this situation. Now, then we have the sun also, which is, this is feminine energy and this is masculine energy. And it's all about being positive and happy and bright and having life. And this is in the soul of your reading, right? Because here there's negativity, but no, not in this one. If this was in color, this would be about brightness and sun and light. And this is also about being active and pursuing the things that you want, and also birthing projects, creating new things. And that's what this energy is about. And this is what you need to do to keep your soulmate, to keep your partner, okay? I hope this is simple and explanatory for you. I hope it makes sense for you. Then we have the King of Wands. So the King of Wands here, I thought it was a lot of passion, and here it is. Okay, so I don't know if you are a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, but you want to be the king, okay? And not just feminine, I'm not just talking about masculine energy, but that's important too, because we all have both masculine and feminine energy, okay? We all want and receive. We all want and give. Okay, so with this energy, this is about being passionate. This is also being a leader. This is also someone who doesn't conflict and know what's right. Okay, this is someone who's creative. This is someone who's spiritual. Okay, and you need to, instead of being immature and starting a process to keep your soulmate, you need to be in charge, the leader of passion, the leader of spirituality, the leader of creativity. Okay, this is what you need to do to keep your man. And this is also connected to the things that are very resourceful. Okay, so practice those things with your resourcefulness. Okay, then we have the last card, and these are very important, and so is this, because this is a major arcana and this is the strength card. And here we have regrets, but you need to practice compassion. You got to let it go. You got to practice love. This is also a Leo. So if you're a Leo, it's yelling at you. But you want to practice compassion and inner strength. And inner strength looks like forgiveness. Inner strength looks like love and nurturing. Inner strength is letting go of the negative items in your past, the negative situations in your past. And it is constant inner strength. Okay. And this is a daily exercise, okay? And patience and love. Patience and love. Patience, love, and compassion. Okay? So let's get on to more of your reading. So first of all, we have reflection, and it's 33, and 3 represents movement going forward, and then 33 equals 6, which is about harmony and relationships. And you want to have, the reflection is important. And let me first explain, these people are connected to the core. These are people with their hands up reflecting, and this is their core. Inside their core is purple, which is also spirituality. And you want to be connected spiritually, and you want to reflect everything. Reflection brings clarity, and it's more important to have self-reflection and to understand how you're able to interact with others, because the self-reflection is the foundation of your personal growth, okay? And it teaches you how to respond when you're aware of yourself. When you're in a relationship with others, you learn about yourself, because other people mirror yourself, and in return, you remember you can be a mirror for them as well. In a relationship, you want to have growth. If they're growing, you're growing. And if you're growing, they're growing. And if you reflect positivity and love, then they will reflect that energy back. And this goes with all relationships, by the way. Okay, so focus on your core, on your spirituality, and reflect that energy back. Okay, So, and I thought there was some fiery and some conflict here, and it's saying that you need to have some kindness. Kindness is a quality of being friendly and considerate, sweet, gentle, and generous. Okay, and it's a fundamental. It's a characteristic that is almost necessary, okay, for us to have. It's very valuable. It's positive for the receiver and the giver. Kindness also increases happiness. Kindness of any kind in any relationship is also undervalued. And we need to put more awareness of how important kindness is. We sometimes get absorbed in our own lives and our own ups and downs that we don't even really reflect on how important kindness is, okay? It is easy to neglect being kind or to take our inner disharmony out on the world. Being kind is not hard. It's actually really easy. However, we're in a total practice of being unkind, and I'm speaking for myself and you, okay, because of all humans. But you want to work on kindness. This is 29. 29 represents 11, 2, and 2 is you and your relationship with others, you and your relationship with God, okay? Now we have 41, which is 5. So there's some change here or conflict. This kind of makes me think of how I said that you move fast. You're probably like, okay, there's something better. And this is probably the energy of someone who is, time is also touching us. But let me go back on my first thought. Someone who's also just liking the newness of relationships and not it getting old with time, and that's very important. Then also too, you have the young energy and then the old energy, and so this takes some time. This is also spending time with your soulmate, take the time to spend time and appreciate the person and appreciate special moments with your soulmate. But I'm wondering if this is the energy of you're not taking your time. You need to practice taking your time. Now here we have originality. This is what you bring to the table. You want to be an individual and not just be so immersed in your relationship, not think that, okay, it's us together all the time and we need to know. You need to be still your own individual self, and it's also connected to the strength, which is compassion for your inner self. But bring what your God-given talents are to the relationship, and you guys both are individuals together. But remember to never shadow and never to belittle your original self, okay? And when you bring your originality to the relationship, this also provides structure for the relationship as well, okay? Okay, so lastly, just being near you is intoxicating. This could be lustful energy, and just work on not being too lustful. Fire energy, and I'm not saying you're a fire sign, but you could have a lot of planets in houses that are ruled with fire elements, and just work on just physical energy and not just being attracted to someone, but actually being with them for the inside, okay? And this is something you need to reflect and be kind to, because lusting causes some anger. Sometimes I left when I saw you with someone. And again, this is the energy of always walking away and not really looking at the bigger picture, and stop walking away. Okay? And really figure out what's going on, and don't be scared to communicate to that person and say, who is that I saw you with the other day? Because it may not be a big deal. Maybe the person's cousin. Okay, who was that in the picture? Who was that in the Insta stories? Because I know social media is a thing now. I know I was just a distraction from your pain. Oh, this is interesting. I know I was a distraction from your pain. This makes me think of the regret here, and you could be using things that are not helping you focus on your growth And when I say that, I mean like smoking weed, drinking. This is what comes to mind when I see this. And work on really being yourself, work on really being true to who you are. And that originality really means not depending on substances to make you happy and to not really focus on your growth, okay? And this is your reading, Pile 4. I hope you enjoyed it. Click the link in the bio because I do a free reading raffle once a month. So click that link and you can join our raffle. Once you sign up, you stay on that list, and I do that every month. Also, I have a newsletter that goes out once a week, and I give you different divination tools. Sometimes I do tarot, astrology, and more. So sign up for that link as well, and that's for a collective reading. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.